welcome back to the channel, man. BryceDaBadger back with another one for you. And tonight, wherever you at, dog, I got, if there are big cats, why are there no big dogs? Let's go ahead and figure that question out, because that's an excellent question. I've never thought about that. When I saw this title, I said, nigga, you're absolutely right. Let's get into it, bro.
There are no naturally evolved wild dogs that can match a lion, a tiger.
Hold on, first time watching a video on this channel. What's the channel's name? Facts Machine, from Facts Machine, all right? Facts Machine. Of course, original video is in the description below. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, sweetheart. Don't even worry about it, sweetheart.
A jaguar in size.
Start it over.
There are no naturally evolved wild dogs that can match a lion, a tiger, or even a jaguar in size. That's not an opinion. It's just the reality of nature. Sure, some dogs get big. Great Danes, Mastiffs, even wolf dogs bred for size. But they're all the same species, domesticated and designed by humans. Not one of them evolved in the wild to be what they are. Big cats are different. Every one of them, lions, tigers, jaguars, leopards, is its own species. They didn't come from breeding programs.
Killers.
They came from millions of years of evolution, having been shaped into elite solitary hunters.
No way you're telling me we're the reason? Oh, that would make sense. We are the reason we domesticated them niggas.
Their size wasn't optional.
Then again, we domesticated cats too, and lions still no, but saber-tooths though. Saber-tooths been around for, bro. Damn, bro. Nah, it's not because of us. That ain't got nothing to do with us. Let's get locked back in.
It was a survival advantage. Wolves are the biggest natural canines we have left. The northwestern wolf is the heavyweight, and even then, the largest specimens barely hit 80 kilos. That doesn't come close to a 200-kilo lion or a 300-kilo tiger. And foxes, coyotes, jackals, they're efficient predators, but nothing about them says apex. If you're waiting for the dog equivalent of a big cat, you won't find it in the modern world. But that doesn't mean nature didn't try. It did. And when it did, it created something huge, powerful, and short-lived. The big dogs were real, and they lost. The reason has a lot to do with how predators survive. Most of today's large land predators fall into one of two categories.
They're either pack hunters or solo.
Hunters and these solitary ambush predators.
Right.
Those aren't just habits. They're entire evolutionary strategies, and they shape everything from body design to behavior.
This makes
Canines,
sense.
for the most part, are pack hunters. Wolves, dholes, African wild dogs, bush dogs, even the dingo and the New Guinea singing dog, they all fit this model. They rely on teamwork to bring down prey larger than any one of them could handle alone. That's their edge. They don't overpower their prey, they wear it down. And that's why size isn't everything. When the kill depends on endurance and group coordination, being huge isn't an advantage. It burns more energy, slows you down, and doesn't actually help in the final moment of the hunt.
And maybe this is why it was so easy for us to domesticate dogs or wolves compared to cats. Like, we started domesticating cats 200 years after we either started domesticating dogs or had domesticated dogs. Then we started domesticating cats 200 years later. So I say all that to say I believe that it was easier for us as humans to domesticate wolves because they already work together. You know what I mean? They already work together to hunt things the same way that humans do. So they became an intricate part of our group. You know what I mean? And it was essentially just the same thing that a wolf was already doing with other wolves. But now they're doing it with humans, and we are more efficient than their buddies as wolves. You know what I mean? We are apex predators, apex hunters. We track, we essentially move just like a wolf with endurance. We're not like a big cat that needs to go for the jugular every time and cut off the windpipe and you know, that's how they kill their animals. But we hunt down, track down, walk down animals, and we go find the kill. We'll shoot a deer and then let that motherfucker run and just follow the blood trails. You know what I'm saying? Follow the hoof trails, stuff like that. It's the same thing that wolves do. They attack an animal, they gonna keep just running after it. They are endurance monsters. They just gonna keep running and keep running. They gonna run that animal tired, and then that animal just gonna give up and die and get ate. But like, since they do it that way, we do it that way. Yeah, we tag team. You know what I'm saying? Symbiotic relationship. Like I said, like I always say, the domestication of wolves started when a group of humans was eating, having their good old time after going on a hunt, eating their food. Then all of a sudden some wolves came up, maybe one or two, scared, interested, and curious. You know what I'm saying? And hungry. And they just had to stare off. They saw that the wolf kept looking at the meat. They threw the meat to the wolf. Wolf ate it. Cool. Okay, let me throw another one at the wolf. Wolf ate it. Okay, cool. Let me mind my business now so he knows that I'm not trying to kill him. You know what I mean? Or shit, give that nigga a whole leg or something. Feast, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then we all just became good old buddies, man's best friend.
These animals aren't tackling prey head-on.
Sorry for the tangent.
They're chasing it until it collapses. Look at their anatomy. Long, narrow legs, stiff wrists that can absorb the pounding of long-distance running, big, blunt claws built for traction, not slashing.
See, this is why y'all gotta watch Wild Kratts, bro. If that's still on, put your kids on the Wild Kratts, bro.
Once the prey is down, or at least too weak to fight back, they start eating. That's not poetic, but it's effective. These predators don't need to kill cleanly. They just need to kill eventually, which is why their teeth are built more for crushing than slicing. Massive carnassials rip through sinew and even bone, turning the entire carcass into calories. It's a strategy that works, but it also locks them into a certain physical mold. There's a sweet spot in size where calorie output and calorie intake are balanced, and canines found it. Going beyond that didn't offer an advantage, and evolution doesn't reward excess, it rewards efficiency. That's why the big cats went in a completely different direction. Ambush predators play by different rules. They don't run their prey down. They stalk, creep, and then explode. One shot, one pounce, and it's over. Or it's not. But either way, the kill has to happen fast.
See the jugular, the neck, the windpipe.
That's why they're big. They don't have a team.
You're bugging. Leave this big wrinkly bastard alone, you wildin' nigga. What are you doing? What are you doing? Leave this monster, leave this dinosaur alone, my nigga. You ain't even gonna enjoy this meat. Look at it, all wrinkly and oily or whatever. Nah, they not oily, they dry.
They don't have backup. When it's go time, it's all on them, which means they need the muscle mass of several smaller predators packed into one body. And that size only works because their strategy is short and violent, not drawn out and exhausting. Their anatomy reflects it. Heavy limbs built for grappling, retractable claws, razor sharp and curved like hooks, shoulder joints that actually allow the front legs to encircle and hold prey in place. That's something canines simply can't do.
Now see how my analogy, not analogy, but my thought process of, nigga, is his eye missing? Is the deer's eye, not the deer, whatever this is his eye gone? Tough. What I was saying earlier about the wolf, the two wolves coming up on a camp of humans that had just killed, you know, like I don't know, a mammoth or some shit, I don't know, and they eating. Now imagine if a big cat, saber-tooth, they wouldn't know that that thing is even there, number one. Number two, somebody's finna die, because that thing is not here to try and be friendly at all. It's here to eat, devour, and go. It doesn't need to talk to any one of y'all niggas. Nigga, don't throw that meat at me or I'ma make you the meat, nigga. I'ma make you the meat, okay? Don't throw no meat at me, boy. The fuck is wrong with you? That's the type of energy these big cats are on, bro.
Their joints don't allow it. Cats don't just bite, they tackle, they wrestle, they use their body like...
Hey, buddy, you know that thing is dead, right? Your teeth are in its brain, my nigga. It's gone.
Weapons, and their arms
you
like
could start
arms,
eating, bro.
Not just legs. And they can afford that bulk because they're not chasing anything for miles. They creep through forests, using every bit of cover they can find, getting close enough to strike. That's why most ambush predators come from wooded environments. Trees, brush, tall grass, all perfect for hiding. Even their senses are adapted to it. Smaller snouts, because they don't need that massive olfactory range. Bigger eyes, stronger ears. They're built to focus, not to track across distances. And that shorter snout also means one other thing: more bite force. Their jaws are made to deliver one fast, lethal bite. The canines are long and deadly. Ironically, felines have bigger canines than canines, especially in species like the clouded leopard, which, for its size, has some of the largest fangs of any living cat, almost saber-like. Every piece of their body is tuned for ambush.
Hey, I need y'all niggas to leave the dinosaurs alone, my nigga. Leave the dinosaurs alone. Why do we keep attacking them? I'm assuming that you was just trying to get some water now, because the first one, that was just straight up on land. You saw no water around. At least this one, nah, this leopard is wet. The whole body of the leopard is wet. He jumped in this water to attack this crocodile, bro. I mean, this alligator, bro. Is that the jaw of the alligator? He broke the jaw of the alligator. Oh my God. Nah, bro, this has to be the angle that this picture was taken from, bro. There's no way he just crunched right on rocks and just broke this nigga's jaw off. Yo, leopards are so cool.
Not for chasing, not
leopards
for
are so
teamwork,
cool.
just raw, silent power.
Jaguars,
And
leopards.
that's where evolution split. One path favored endurance, cooperation, and lean efficiency. The other favored stealth, strength, and solo takedowns. When it comes to size, ambush predators had a reason to go big. Every extra kilogram meant more muscle behind the pounce.
My bad,
more
bro.
force
I ain't mean to look
behind
at you
the
for too
grapple,
long.
and more control once the prey was in their grasp. Evolution kept rewarding it, up to a point. The bigger the prey, the bigger the predator needed to be, and the cats were built for that arms race. Canines weren't. The bigger they got, the worse it got for their hunting style. Long chases burn calories fast. A heavier body burns even more. A lion can win or lose a hunt in a few seconds.
See, now I'm confused, because if evolution was meant if evolution was meant to make big cats, and how long more he got in this video? Okay, we halfway through. Maybe he's gonna speak on it, but if evolution was meant to make the big cat stronger, more of an ambush predator, so that it doesn't have to rely on, that's not its hunting style. It doesn't hunt with other felines or whatever. If that's how evolution was meant to go, then what the hell happened to the cheetah? What happened to the cheetah? At what point did evolution for that cat specifically say, nigga, you need to be fast as shit? For a little bit. Not a lot, not a long time. And then after you fast as fuck, you gotta sit there for like 20 minutes and just pant. You can't do a thing. You are now liable to be eaten by the lions, the jaguars, the tigers, the this, that, and the third, the hippopotamus, the crocodile, the alligator. Like you are now liable to be eaten by anything because of that short ass burst of speed. So what in evolution told the cheetah, hey man, you got to get faster, bro. I need you to be Barry Allen. Please, Wally, somebody, bro, please. We not gonna get nothing out here unless you are now a jet. Like, what the fuck?
A wolf might have to chase for kilometers. There's no room for unnecessary weight.
I really hope he speaks on that, because
Even
that's
if a dog
confusing
did
me.
get bigger, what would it do with the extra muscle? Their claws don't slash.
Because mind you do have your smaller cats like servals and stuff like that. Or like servals, lynxes, smaller felines, smaller wild felines like those. But it's like, how did the cheetah get stuck in between being like nimble and fast as fuck and having some type of strength to crush a windpipe, obviously?
Their shoulders don't rotate the way a cat's do. They can't grapple. They don't pounce. Their only real weapon is their bite, and they already have a strong one. The strategy is simple. Wear the prey down, then bring it down. No sudden finish, no precision strike, just exhaustion. And that's why evolution capped them where it did. Wolves reached a size where the numbers worked. Big enough to survive the cold, strong enough to pull down decent-sized prey, but still light and fast enough to run the distance.
And good enough to be a good boy. Ah!
Bigger, and the trade-off wasn't worth it. There's no reward for chasing down a deer if you burn more calories than you get back. There was a time when massive dog-like predators walked the earth, and they weren't just big by canine standards, they were big, period.
Why have I seen this before?
One of them was called Epicyon haydeni, and it didn't mess around. It lived in North America around 10 million years ago and could weigh over 300 pounds.
God.
That's heavier than most lions and built nothing like a modern wolf. It had a huge, powerful head with jaws made for crushing bone. Not slicing, not stabbing, just breaking things. Its skull was so massive and broad that it's often compared to that of a lion, though the rest of its body was still unmistakably dog-like. Epicyon wasn't alone. It came from a group known as the Borophaginae, the so-called bone-crushing dogs.
Oh my.
These were not your average pack hunters. They were bulky, top-tier predators that took on large prey and ate everything, including the bones. Their jaws were specialized for exactly that. They were efficient and brutal, and for a while, they dominated.
Man, who was back there giving them steroids back in the day? Look at the arms on the dog, bro. The limbs on the dog. Nigga, he is cut. That is a cut gentleman right there, bro. What?
They were efficient and brutal, and for a while...
Who was giving these niggas steroids?
Even before them, there was another group, the Hesperocyaninae.
That looked like a cat and a dog fucked. My bad.
That were a bit more primitive, but on a similar path.
That looked like God just started out.
These three branches of ancient canines, Borophaginae, Hesperocyaninae, and the modern Caninae, all existed at the same time, mostly in North America. 3 evolutionary experiments all competing for dominance. The Borophaginae started small, like the others, but gradually evolved into larger and more specialized predators. Their bone-crushing jaws gave them an edge. They could make full use of every kill, extracting calories from places other predators couldn't.
So they could deadass, like, you see how close he is to his leg? He, like, if he's running, if the animal's running and it sends the leg back to gain, hop out, run off the leg. When the leg is back here, could he just yoink that motherfucker and break it mid-run? Mid-run, he can just grab your leg, break it, runs over. Runs over. Where you going now, buddy? Go ahead and get in my mouth.
Efficiency lets them push the limits of size. Eventually, they outcompeted the Hesperocyaninae entirely. One branch is gone.
Oh, so that was their Neanderthals, huh?
But as the Borophaginae kept growing...
Actually, no, there's a lot of Neanderthals on Earth still, everybody that voted for Trump.
And pushing into that heavy, hyper-specialized role, the Caninae, the ancestors of modern wolves and dogs, stayed leaner, more flexible. They didn't need huge prey. They didn't need massive
damn,
jaws.
That's a horse.
And because of that, they didn't need to get enormous. They played it safe, and that may have saved them, because everything changed when the cats arrived. For millions of years,
so dogs were here first.
To the dogs.
So dogs were in them. Okay, interesting. So dogs were here first. We were probably here before felines were here. Maybe. I don't know. Let me shut the fuck up.
The big cats hadn't even shown up yet. It was a canine continent, ruled by bone crushers and pack hunters.
Damn.
With no felines in sight. Then the migration happened. Members of the cat family, originally from Eurasia, made their way into North America. At first, they were just another competitor, but it didn't take long for them to start climbing the food chain.
I know y'all might be confused how they got over there. You remember that strait that connected Alaska and Russia for a little bit before everything broke off? That's how they got over here.
Unlike the big dogs, these new predators didn't rely on stamina or teamwork. They brought a completely different playbook: stealth, power, and precision. And when they moved in, they didn't just coexist, they started eating the same prey.
What am I supposed to do as a wolf against this steroid-induced maniac? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? He just took my food. He got some more behind him. I got some killers, but you see, I'm the only nigga with some balls. What the fuck is going on? Like
the exact same prey that the biggest dogs relied on for survival. That overlap turned into direct competition, and the dogs lost. The big borophagines, animals like Epicyon, had gone all in on one strategy: huge size, huge skulls, slow movement, specialized diets. They were built to take down and break apart giant animals, but cats like the saber-toothed Smilodon were doing the same job better. Faster, quieter, more agile, able to hunt solo, more efficient with energy, and equipped with claws and joints that gave them more control during the kill. They didn't just bite, they wrestled prey to the ground and finished it with a fatal strike.
Oh, that motherfucker out there got that tusk in his chest. Oh, tusk to the chest. Yuck. That nigga gone.
Faster, and
they had no med kits back in the day.
Once again, one branch of predators pushed itself too far into specialization, and just like the Hesperocyaninae before them, the big dogs were slowly pushed out. Evolution doesn't hand out second chances. If you can't compete, you go extinct. That's what happened to Epicyon and to the rest of the Borophagidae. They had ruled North America until something better came along. Not bigger, just better. Meanwhile, the Caninae, the ones who never went all in on size, were still around. Still flexible, still fast, still smart enough to hunt in packs, and small enough to chase rabbits if they had to. They didn't dominate, but they didn't die. They were survivors, and when the dust settled, they were the only dogs left standing. That's why the wolves we have today are lean, medium-sized, and built to run, not fight alone. They come from the branch that stayed adaptable, the ones that didn't grow too big, didn't specialize too much, and didn't rely on prey that might disappear. The giants vanished, the bone crushers failed, and what's left are the canines that figured out how to survive without going head-to-head with the cats. It's not that dogs can't be big. They've done it before.
They don't
just
need to.
Can't stay big. Not in the wild. Not for long. The strategy doesn't hold up. Nature tried it, and the cats outplayed them. That's all for today.
But then we outplayed the cats, because look around. Are there any big cats in America? No. It was either we outplayed them or bears did. Which one? Which one? Which one was it? Was it us or was it bears? Which one? If y'all like the video, man. Subscribe if you fuck with the vibe. Great intellectual video, great insight. Go to the Facts Machine channel, subscribe to them, of course, especially because this wasn't an AI voice, you know? This wasn't an AI voice. I usually try to react like videos like this, or like people talking about just knowledgeful videos, knowledge-filled videos. I try to find people that aren't AI. This is a great channel. I will be coming back for more videos, most definitely, man. Again, if y'all like the video, original video is in the comment section. I say comment section, in the description. And y'all have a good one, man. Right, that's not how I say it. Y'all have a good one, bro. Peace.